But it's okay to be bored. Like us as a society, we don't know how to be bored. That's when the best ideas come, is when you're bored.
Exactly.
Everyone always needs to be fucking occupied with their phone, with their school, with their shit. You don't always need to be occupied. Let your brain rest. Let the creativity come to your mind. You need to be bored. You need to be able to have some free time to think. It's like, that's what aggravates me the most, because like we are such a stimulated society and. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the Bigger Picture Podcast, the shittiest podcast in Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Luigi.
I'm Ralph.
I'm Sam.
I'm Santino.
And this is the Bigger Picture.
How we doing?
Our podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're going to talk about that movie, The Social Dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the movie, the documentary everyone's been talking about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who, I don't know if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Netflix, The Social Dilemma.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I personally never seen it either.
I saw it like
Santino, you watched it? What are your thoughts on it?
So my thoughts on it were that like social media is such like a big role in like how we think as a society, and just like it influences people to act a certain way because that's like the image that like people present. It's like, for example, it's like when you're like walking in a mall or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You see advertisement, bro. You see advertisement everywhere you go, for like on Instagram, on Snapchat, everywhere. It
also, like,
you.
Sorry to cut you off, like TikTok and stuff, like they listen to everything we're doing. Like I think it's all a big like the government, something's going on with it, because like think about it, when you're talking about something in real life with someone else,
it pops right back up.
It pops up like right after.
They know everything about you. Like the privacy, it's gone.
It's crazy.
You give it up too when you like post and stuff. Like, here's what I'm doing.
But that's the thing. We were brought up into like the society of this is all we ever knew, right? Like we were the last kind of, you can say, generation of toys and shit. But like after,
we really were.
Yeah.
But like on top of that,
it's like a second world.
Yes, it's like it's just
there's the real world and then the digital world.
Well, if I can like barge in here, I was actually writing an essay, and we were literally talking about how like back in the olden days, people used to escape like the real world for like the internet, and you know what I mean, just going through. I mean, I guess social media wasn't around back then, but like just for the internet. And nowadays, it seems like people are taking these social media breaks to get back into the real world because social media is just so consuming. And I mean, I've
seen that somewhere. I've seen that, yeah.
And I think it's really, really interesting because we're like the last generation that kind of had both, like we said. But like that's almost an advantage to us because we're seeing how consuming social media is, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
It's like I agree with that too, because it's just like with social media, I feel like we're like in a prison in a way. Like we could be doing so much, but instead, like the first thing we do, we wake up, we're on our phones, right? We
check
scroll.
Snapchat,
That's not healthy.
Check TikTok.
That's not healthy. It's like when we were young kids, first thing we used to do, get up, pursue our day, play with our toys. A long time ago, it wasn't always just like, oh, we're hooked. Like we're literally hooked on our phones. It's like a drug. It's like an addictive drug because it's just like social media. What it does to you is that it hooks you onto like just like missing out on things. For example, it's like you want to compare stuff to people. It's like during COVID and everything, everyone's different. Their college lives are different. Everyone's different. And it's just like you kind of compare yourselves to like other people's lives, and it's so unhealthy to concentrate on other people's lives when you need to focus on yourself.
It like changes your conscience, I think. Like it really changes how
much you consume,
like, and how you think in the present world, like what you're doing. Like Santino said, you wake up, get on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. You're not even thinking. It's like you're not even thinking new day. What am I gonna do? You know, where am I at? You know, you're kind of like just on it.
Not to mention, like, I mean, it's so sad because people get on these kids are getting on social media so young. Like every year, I just feel like it gets younger and younger. Like even for us, we were on it a little young. At least me personally. Yeah. But I've seen young girls, 13, 14, 15, you know, on TikTok and on these apps every single day, for, you know, hours and hours a day, obviously, comparing themselves to all these women who like
celebrities
show
in a
all
way,
these celebrities and girls who are popular who show false images of what they
False
look like.
images, there we
all
go.
because of a filter or makeup or something, you know, and
Right,
like,
right.
and it's so, and like, it's just, and it shouldn't be compared to, you know, as a young girl, that's not what you need is to worry. And of course we're different, right? It's like
Yeah.
for us a little bit different. We won't, there's still guys out there who will compare themselves, try to change themselves, change their appearance to look like a certain person that they seen or
For sure.
what's trending,
Because
what's
that's human. That's why.
yeah, what's the style,
Yeah.
you know? It's just like
You
trends
know,
and
it's just
stuff.
like I'm studying business, right? That's my major. I'm studying business marketing, and what we're doing is I'm learning about social media and how to advertise to people, how to get to people, and we're taking all that into consideration with like how people think and everything like that, which is crazy. But back to like what you were saying about how like these young kids are with the social media, like there's people out there that are getting plastic surgery because they want to look like that filter on Snapchat,
Yeah.
because they like for like social media, all these filters and everything, it's creating all these like disorders in a way, mental disorders, and just like you're not one with yourself. It's not reality when you look at yourself.
Yeah.
And like on like for the filters and everything, that's not what you look like. That's not what reality is. And plus it's like you could create your own story, you could create your own identity on Instagram, what you post. Like that person posting, that creates that false little image. It's like when you be posting about other things, like random things about your life, like only the highlights of your life.
Yeah.
You can look
true.
fun.
False portrayal of like how you feel and who you are.
If
False
we're
portraying yourself, yeah.
if we're gonna keep bringing the negatives to the table, I have to discuss the procrastination as well. Like I saw firsthand when I took a break from social media, my focus on my schoolwork was just so much more there and so much
Yeah.
more present. Today I was trying to write an essay and trying to research for an essay, and I just kept finding myself scrolling, going back on Instagram when I was just on it 30 seconds.
Wasting time. It's
Just-
just like that's why me as a host of a podcast now that I want to produce more and not and consume less.
Yeah.
Because again, we're talking about the negatives, and we'll get into it. There's a lot of positive things
Right,
about the internet,
right.
a lot of things that I've learned about in life, like genuinely that have like taught me things, and just certain things that
Yeah.
you know uplift you and make you feel better about certain situations and whatnot. You know, there's always two sides to it.
You know,
But,
the craziest thing though, with like cutting you off, sorry about that,
You're good.
but it's just like that's like our Apple, bro. That's like back then, like I'm not trying to get biblical or anything like that, but that's like Adam and Eve, right? They took the bite of that apple that creates knowledge and everything like that, and we got that from an early age with this whole entire social media thing. It's what you like. The internet is such a big place. We could get information, we could search up anything, we could learn so many things from
Yeah.
YouTube and everything like that. But no, we choose to distract ourselves with what society puts in front of us, like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. That's what distracts us. We could do so many things with that Mac right there. We could do so many things with these phones right here. We could create, do everything. But no, we distract ourselves by these dumb things
Yeah.
that, you know, don't make you into your full potential.
I think Santino like raises a great point there, because I really feel like there's two sides of Instagram, and we're way too consumed in like the beauty standard side of it. We're seeing these people, we're looking at their highlights of their lives, and we're trying to compare ourselves and make our lives to project it like theirs. But there's an entire side of Instagram and Snapchat and even TikTok just of creativity and putting ideas out there that aren't
sure.
that aren't new, and that's a really beneficial thing. And
Yeah.
we'll get more into that, but I think right now we're just way too focused, especially our generation, on the negative side of social media, and I think we're comparing way too much.
What are some of the good things, Lou? What are some of the good things about social media you think?
On TikTok, I use that as a platform to show me, like, I follow a lot of different accounts where like they give you tips and tricks about working out and things you should eat and like a lot of just different helpful things, and I've actually incorporated that into my life.
So that goes to show that with like Instagram and all those things, there's people out here like us that we're trying to create here. We're trying to teach people
Yeah.
about like just what life is and everything like that. We're the type of people that we're trying to like have people like learn from us and from our experiences and everything. So like that's the only good thing that like I could see from social media. If you follow the right people, if you follow the right,
It's all about it's all
Individuals.
about your following, what you consume. You know, if you're
Exactly.
like, for example, like when I first got TikTok, right? What do most guys get TikTok for? They get it because all these girls who are doing these dances and getting views for it, right? So when I keep liking all these videos of these girls who are dancing or whatever, like all these pretty girls and these hot girls, then that's all I'm gonna see on my For You page. That's all it's gonna want to show me, because that's the trend it gets from, you know, what I'm liking, what I'm looking at, what I'm interacting with, right? So as soon as I took kind of a switch and I started following, like, you know, I'm very into speaking and motivational stuff and very cheesy things. So I follow a couple guys like that, and they could honestly help perspectives that I have, like by giving me like just like different types of
Yeah.
like
Gary
quotes and
Vee.
stuff like that they have, and just speaking, you know, motivationally, and then the workout side of it. It just depends what your interests are.
Yeah, the
you know?
biggest thing that I've like that's just mind blowing is trends, dude. Literally trends. Like it's just like how does it come up? It's like, for example, joggers are coming back now. Like the littlest things come back
Joggers been
slowly.
back, I feel like.
Why? I'm
At
just
least
saying,
since,
like,
ankle
I mean,
socks
I
are
stopped
big.
wearing joggers, but like, I'm just saying, like, what's
Yeah,
like,
I've always worn ankle socks. I try to
No,
wear
yeah.
Nikes.
I
but, like,
never wear ankle
white
socks.
Nikes?
They're back.
White Nike socks.
Let's,
Like,
hey, let's
what's
get the
something-
neon. Let's get the neon
you know
shorts
what
and
came
neon
back
shirt
4
back.
years ago? Short shorts. I remember being in
Yeah.
football practice freshman year, and I
That was
saw
not
everyone
in.
said short shorts. I was like, what?
No,
Is
short
it
shorts
really
are
cool?
big.
No,
Like
yeah.
The neon and
Have
the elite Nike.
you guys-
Yeah, that was
They were like
everyone's
basketball
childhood. That
You
was-
guys seen
yeah.
the basketball
Bunch of-
players nowadays? They look like they like belong in the 70s.
no, yeah.
Wearing these short shorts.
Exactly.
They're really bad.
What'd you say
for
about your
sure.
dad with the white Nike socks? How like he said if kids wore that when he was a kid.
Oh, one time I was wearing like socks and sandals. He's like, "Oh, you look like a geek, like or whatever." And I was like, "That's such a like in 8th grade. That was such a thing." I still rock socks
Like a
and
nerd,
sandals.
like just
Yeah.
like the weird.
But even just like in the summer when I got shorts on, right?
Yeah.
It's short shorts, t-shirt, and white Nike socks,
yeah,
and
white crew
Vans
socks,
maybe,
of course.
whatever it is. Yeah.
So here's the question though, since I brought this up. So with trends, do you think that it's pretty bad? Like, there's bad trends and there's good trends, right? So it's just like, how are we supposed
For
to
fashion,
like?
I've never seen it as an issue. Like things always come back. Like that's just how life works.
That's
Like,
true.
My mom, for example, I just this sticks out to me. One time, my mom was wearing like a necklace that said her name, right? And I was like, "Oh, when'd you get that?" She's like, "Lou, I've had this for like 20 something years." And she was like, "This trend came back." Like just like little things like that I wouldn't know about unless you were to tell me. You know, how, like girls that got their like necklaces with their name on it,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And she's had that for so many years. It came back into style. She started wearing it again.
It's like with tattoos too. It's like with tattoos, they got such a bad rep a long time ago. Now people, I see lots of more people
A lot of
getting
successful
more
people,
tattoos.
yeah.
Yeah, lots of. It's art now. It's literally art.
That's a positive about like just moving kind of towards society. Not to like change the subject, but society as a whole. I think it's good to be more open and like allowing of certain things.
Progressive.
Yes,
Like
we need
accepting
to
change.
progress. Like change
can't
is
be
very
static.
important. Yeah,
Like-
we need to try out like different types of society needs to grow.
New
It can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perspectives.
Perspectives.
Exactly. And with like perspectives too, it's just like the beautiful thing about perspective is just like there's so many other perspectives and so many views on things. It's like there's always good and bad things with everything
Yeah.
that you do. It's just like with everything going on in this world right now, it's crazy. There's so many different views. It's like we don't even know what to believe in anymore. And back with the social media thing about social media that is just crazy to me is just how it like influences how we think, influences our beliefs, influences what we see. It's just like we don't know what's fake news or real news anymore. We don't know what's real or not real anymore. It's like we gotta dive in and like almost get out of social media. It's like with like you guys quitting social media, right? You guys quit that, and you guys were one with like nature, one with life and
So
everything.
peaceful, right?
So do you want to
Same,
explain
right?
that?
So
Yeah,
peaceful.
explain.
No,
I
that.
did
so-
it too.
so,
Don't leave me out.
um,
I was
No,
just
we all
saying.
did. You're the one that has to do it. You got to do your social media.
Yeah,
Because then we
Santino-
can all attest to the feelings.
Well,
Santino
so
hasn't done it yet. Ralphie Sam and I all took a break of social
I'm
media.
hooked to my
I
phone,
did
guys.
like 2 weeks. I did 10 days, but that 10-day cleanse, I was sick during it, so it made it a lot harder. But I did consume a lot of YouTube, a lot of Netflix, a
Yeah,
lot of
YouTube.
but
I did do YouTube.
it's different. It's different when you're on
like,
YouTube.
it's
You're not constantly scrolling.
Snapchat and
yeah.
Instagram where like you close the app and you go on the other one and then you close it and you go on the other one again and it's like a loop.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just scrolling endlessly watching people's stories you don't care about.
The hardest one for me was Snapchat because like I feel like
Communication.
when like
You need to reach out to people.
when it got later, like when I was like hitting like 6, 7, 8 days, right, with no social media, I would like low key like download Snap, but like I wouldn't allow myself to look at stories or open Snaps, but I would be half swipe. I want to half swipe some people because like
Just know what's up.
I want to like know like who's hitting me up, who's
Right,
reaching out to
right.
me.
I did that too.
It was a lot of like messages,
Well,
not just Snapchats, not just
I think
like
I think
the
we should
pointless
keep diving
fucking
into that.
Snapchats.
And Ralphie, I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about your experience off of
Yeah,
Instagram
go ahead.
and
Let me hear your
Snapchat,
guys'
and then
stories.
talking, so like just,
Okay, so-
you did it first. So
yeah, so personally,
you
I
inspired
took
me.
I took
Sam
2
started the
weeks. I took 2 weeks off of Instagram and Snapchat, and the first thing by day one, I found that it really is almost addicting in a way. I had both apps, Instagram and Snapchat, off my phone, yet I was going instinctively to click on them when they weren't there. I noticed that.
Crazy.
That definitely took a couple days to get used to. But one of like the biggest things that I noticed was just like I living in the moment more, a lot more peaceful. I wasn't anxious. I
felt like different.
I wasn't
like
as stressed.
So,
I
like,
wasn't looking at other people.
felt
I wasn't.
simple. Life
I
felt
could
simple.
I could be in on a Friday night, and I'm not looking at people at their colleges and whatnot partying and out with their friends. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I
less
feel like I'm
anxiety,
missing out.
right? Less anxiety.
And and then the I spoke on it previously, but the procrastination was huge. It really, really, really like helped out with my schoolwork. I wasn't distracted. I wasn't taking away from my schoolwork to scroll on Instagram for 2 hours. And then Ralphie got into it a little bit, but I found myself using YouTube a lot more. And
In
there's a
good
lot
way.
of
like not entertainment,
and there's a lot of like
like to learn.
awesome like informative stuff on YouTube. We can learn a lot from
Yeah.
YouTube. I was watching a lot of
College.
It comes down to
YouTube is
consumption.
college. You
I
can
was
learn
watching a lot
and
of
you can get a
exercise
major.
stuff.
The internet is college. The books you can read, the
Oh,
audio,
we could go on a
everything.
whole conversation about this, but YouTube has so much information and it does it in such a good way, and it's
Yeah.
free. Like it's insane. It's insane how much you can learn.
Yeah, free content and all that
But
stuff.
like at the same time, YouTube, you can more control what you're consuming because that's the whole point of all the other social media apps is they want to get you to swipe and swipe and swipe
Right,
right.
and like and swipe, and it's just so convenient, so easy, and so right there that it's hard to stop. Right? It's so addicting.
It's short impulse. It's short impulse.
It's so
and
short impulse
repeated.
because guess what? Our attention spans as a society has gone super short.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
they're ridiculous.
Here, let me
All the ads are short.
Yeah.
The billboards are short. Everything.
let me get like into that whole entire thing. So it's like movies now, bro. It's just like we could get into that now. It's just like we can't sit down and watch a 3-hour movie anymore, bro. It's
Kids
like,
can't watch
It's
movies.
like we
I
can't.
don't
No,
think
our
they can.
attention
Songs are
spans
3
are
minutes
horrible.
long.
It's,
Brian Adams can't watch
it's
movies.
like this. It's like
Brian's
no,
our camera guy. Yeah, he's back there.
Brian's
You'll
our
see him.
cameraman.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
still meet him
One day.
eventually.
But seriously though, it's just
Good-looking
like
dude. He's cute.
it's like short little fast things. It's like when you get like movies like the Avengers and all that type of shit
Yeah.
like that. It's like literally you need to see CGI. You need to see the quickest little things, and that's gonna catch our attention. If we watch a 3-hour movie like The Godfather, we watch 3-hour like
That's a good
movies
movie,
like
though. I
that.
could watch that movie.
I'm just saying. I know, I've
Interstellar.
never, yeah, I need to watch
Interstellar's
that.
That's also
Great
an
movie.
amazing.
I'm just
movie.
saying.
But I know what he's on to. Our attention spans are like
horrible.
they've dramatically
Yeah.
decreased.
Santino, like with songs are like 3 minutes long. You know.
Exactly.
They're not like 6, 7. you
Yeah.
know?
Music's always
Yeah.
been short though, and that's okay. But it's like,
yes and no. Like
Yeah,
it
it depends,
Not
it
6 minutes,
depends.
2 minutes.
but that's still better than
Yeah.
10 to 30 seconds of a TikTok. Like that's
Right. No,
like,
I know. I know.
It's so
Yeah,
like
but-
that's how bad the
yeah.
attention spans got. It's like
But yeah, let me say something though about just like again with the social media thing that just popped in my mind. So just with our generation, right? Like it's like the lower, like the generation after us, right? Like our communication skills are ruined because of like social media, texting. Like I hate texting. I hate being on my phone and texting. It's not a form of communication. Like this mind blow me. It's either the dumbest and the smartest thing that you guys have ever heard. So it's like this. It's like this.
I'll give you a chance.
Yes, yes. It's
Yeah.
like the hey, it's like it's like this, guys. It's like this.
Santino Domingo.
So it's like when you're texting someone, right? Isn't it crazy and just kind of scary? It's just like you're texting someone, right? And you're just like saying ha ha ha, LOL, expressing emotion with your emojis, but you're saying it with a straight face.
I like how you put that. That's kind of
It's crazy. No, it's creepy.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
creepy.
crazy. I
Literally,
like
you
how
have
put
a
that.
poker face and you're locked in brainwashing your phone, and you are saying
brainwash is a
emotion.
good word for that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay,
We are
that's
brainwashed.
important. But like when I and we're all guilty of it. Who actually texts someone, haha,
laughs.
and is laughing?
And is laugh.
Who is
It's
saying
crazy,
LOL?
bro.
And actually, like it's
It's crazy
what
with
you
the
just said is
emojis and
actually
everything.
brilliant.
I mean,
that was
I
crazy.
appreciate that.
like
I
how you-
appreciate
no,
that.
that makes sense though, because like you'll do that.
okay,
but-
can I rewind your question a little
Wait,
bit
I want to say
though?
one more thing.
Go ahead.
When I'm watching like I watch a lot of podcasts,
Yeah.
obviously, right? I was watching
Podcast Lou.
I was watching some. Well, you guys don't know what this is, but like Dave Portnoy, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's
I've
the
heard
yeah,
the name.
Barstool
yeah,
president.
Barstool Sports.
He started it, and I know you guys
Yeah.
are uneducated on like the whole TikTok world and stuff like that, but there's a kid named Josh Richards. Him and Dave Portnoy opened up a podcast together, and like I was watching it literally right before we started this, and like I was like actually like finding some shit funny that he was saying.
Yeah.
Like and I do that for Joe Rogan maybe or Impulsive because I'm really
Mm.
big on Impulsive. Like I'll actually laugh watching.
You're
something.
Maverick. You're Maverick.
Yeah.
I love Impulsive and Mike Malek's funny as fuck. So.
No, that's a good podcast. That's
It is.
a lot to learn.
But going back to your question,
Lots
what
to
were
learn.
you saying about? You said that
Slat.
this generation, they're not
Okay.
What about our ways of communication?
So just like, for example, I'd be talking to someone like close by, right?
Yeah.
Just someone's in my face. They'd be looking away from me. They'd be slouching. They'd be just not
But
like
you can't
talking
like
to me like
say that
you know?
in general about everybody. Cause
No,
like,
I'm just saying
we
like
surround ourselves with people.
I'm just saying a
He's
lot
saying
of
it's, like,
people
part of the reason
a lot of
why
people
people
aren't
like
old
that.
a lot of people aren't old school anymore. It's just
When
like
you're talking to Brian.
it comes down to like no, I'm trying to say here is just like
That's gonna be the
everyone's
thing of our podcast. That's
Okay.
right.
No,
Yeah.
we can't be
No,
ripping
this
on
is
Brian.
seriously
Once in a
something to
while.
raise.
Is that fine with you? Once in a while, can we rip you?
He's like, nah. He's like, nah.
This is seriously like something to raise, and this is
He's
another
playing
thing.
Super Mario behind the camera. If anyone's
I
wondering.
forgot. I forgot to mention this when I was talking about my break from social media. But a big thing was when I wasn't on social media, I wasn't on my phone as frequently, obviously. But when we would be hanging out in our group of friends, I'd notice everyone else on their phones. There was a night where we were at. I think we were at Crestview, and Ralphie and I were the only ones who didn't have social media. And I looked at everyone else, every single person on their phone. They're literally in their own world. Their heads.
I think that happened to me too
Their
at
eyes are
Crestview
locked.
one time. We were
I mean,
chilling
That
at
when you
Crestview.
here when we were
Listen,
doing that.
Crestview. There's gonna be plenty of stories on this podcast. In the
Oh my
future.
God,
That's,
yeah.
That's our home. That's our
That's,
heart.
So
that's
many
territory.
memories.
It's territory. If
Slap
you know
territory.
about Crestview, then you know about Six Flat, and you know about Slime.
Yes, sir.
But like that's happened to me too. I think
Yeah, yeah.
I think in the beginning of my social media break, I could be wrong. Maybe it was the end. I didn't have social media, and I was at Crestview,
Right.
and I like that's funny that you just said that because I experienced the same thing. I'm sitting in the car. And I'm looking, and obviously all of our cars are lined up at Crestview. I look at
yeah.
Miggy's on his
Okay.
phone. I look at Callie's on his phone. I'm just naming names. I'm just saying that's how it was in my mind. I was like, dude, I'm bored. Like I have to like go like
You're
slime
itching.
out or
You're
some
kinda, like,
shit.
itching a
Right,
little bit.
But
right.
here's the thing, like that's how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be just in this trance where we're disconnected.
when you're at
from
home,
What's
if-
going on?
you know,
Not
it's
even
like-
that. Like if you're around people, or even you're just sitting there, like you're driving, right? You're not on your phone while you're driving.
texting and driving.
You're
Yeah.
going through your thoughts are running. When you let your thoughts naturally run, like beautiful things happen. Like seriously, and like you forget to think because people are just so preoccupied. They're busy. They're like, oh, I'm bored. Let me do something. I haven't been bored in the longest time. Quarantine wasn't bored because you just.
But it's okay to
There's
be
shit to
bored.
do.
Like us as a society, we don't know how to be bored. That's what that's when
Right,
the
right,
best
exactly.
ideas come is when you're bored.
Exactly.
Everybody,
Here's
everyone
one
needs
that-
to be fucking occupied with their
innovation is
phone,
like
with their
stunted or
school,
something.
with their shit. Like you don't always need to be occupied. Let your brain rest. Let the creativity come to your mind. You need to be bored. You need to be able to have some free time to think. It's like that's what aggravates me the most. 'Cause,
Exactly.
Like, we are such a stimulated society, and that's what aggravates. Like,
Yes.
that's what
Yeah,
bothers
so
me.
pretty much with like that whole entire thing too, it's just like we all got the same, like what this dude has taught me, we all got the same 24 hours. We are blessed to be
Yes.
able to breathe, walk. We have the tools to do anything that we could do and put our minds to. But it's
That's
just
why we
like,
started a podcast.
it's just, yeah,
We
exactly.
all have the same 24 hours.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Exactly.
it's what you do with it.
And it gets taken away from distractions. And like, it's like this. When you guys were off social media, right? I know you're deep into nature. I'm deep into nature too. So when you're like looking out the window, right? I'm just saying, when you're looking out the window, when you're driving, right? Do you just appreciate like the littlest things that like are like in this world?
All the time.
Like, what are those things?
really
What are those
touch-
things?
We were at
Touch your
Iowa.
energy.
We were at Iowa, and it's fall, so the leaves were changing. We're like, oh, it's beautiful, right? Because it's beautiful. People they forget to appreciate that it's even there because they're
Exactly.
I respect it, and
Our
I've done
world's
it before,
beautiful.
but not in your guys' level. I can't just be driving and like be like, wow,
Yeah.
like. But I
The
really
sunset,
respect
dude.
that.
The
Like, that's
sunset,
different.
literally the
I have to-
stars, the night sky.
I have to rechange the topic right here because we were talking
for it.
about trends earlier, and we were literally just talking about social media consumption, just like the consumption of our phones. How about Among Us? I call me old fashioned, but when I'm in a
Dude,
room,
dude, you can't
full-
like go like. Okay, I'll let you go.
when I'm in a room
Dude,
full of
you can't
8
just-
people, and everyone's on their phones playing this game, when we could be doing something, when we could find something to do, that just drives me fucking nuts.
I mean, that's one of the many issues, but like, here's the thing. Me, I grew up playing video games. It's always been something I've done. But personally, I can't speak for others, but I've always been a very social person, and I never lack on social skills or speaking to people or posture
yeah.
or just looking someone in the eyes. Right? Like I like grant myself for being pretty good at that, you know. But not everyone is, and maybe it's because of social media, but maybe it's not.
Right.
Like there's always been antisocial people. It's okay to be antisocial. It's okay to not be the most talkative. You know, there's no right or wrong way to live. It's just who you are as a person to live like that.
And how you're at peace, because I know so many people that aren't at peace.
So we can't just judge. Oh, look at that guy. He's at dinner with his family. Like, let's say, like if we were to be out at dinner, and this grown man is with his 2 daughters. Let's just use a random example, right? And he's on his phone. His daughters are like coloring, and his wife's trying to talk to him. Whatever. Like just an example like that. Maybe he's just not the most talkative person. And yeah, at first glance, I would judge and be like, why is this guy like, or even my parents would say something like, not to them, but like among each other. Yeah. Why is this guy on his phone? Why is he not talking to his family? Just stuff like that. But at the same time, even if you're antisocial, you should still always pay attention to your family and people that you care about. Like especially if they're trying to talk to you, and especially if you're at the dinner table. Maybe that's just old school, but that's how I look at it.
With the antisocial thing, dude, that could be a whole entire another thing. Yeah. Like literally,
it's hard to speak on because just like. It's okay to be antisocial, but if you have a family, you need to communicate with them.
No, it's just like our minds, dude. It's just like the weirdest thing that probably you guys have taught me is just like, instead of like just thinking like in the box with like, you know, you taught me this too. It's like literally thinking in the box with like society, with our phones and everything like that, social media. It's just, what I figured out was like the people that don't speak, the people that are just themselves, the people that are different, are the ones that succeed more. And like literally like what you said, Lou, literally about like college and everything like that. It's just like social media and society tells you, yo, you gotta plan your future, you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
This is a whole conversation.
You know, it's a whole entire thing. And just like that's what the media says, and that's what the media promotes. It doesn't want you to go outside the box and try new things. It wants you to be in the middle.
No, the media.
I don't think it's the media. I think it's just the norm.
Yeah, it's not the media.
I mean, it's not even a bad route. That's the thing.
The media.
It's just the problem is when people go to college without knowing that they want to go to college. They don't even know why they go. Right. They just do it because it's the next step.
Okay, if we're gonna
take an initiative,
we should call this the ADHD podcast because we are gonna jump all over, and I'm gonna jump on the way you just said about Wait, what'd you repeat? What you just said? Repeat what you just said.
I said, see this is
about like
if you're forgetting.
I have short-term memory loss.
I totally have a question.
Yeah.
To propose for you guys if you guys.
Wait, what did I just say? I totally forgot.
So how about this? We were talking about this just to kind of conclude this discussion on like the effects of social media. Do you guys think overall it hinders mental health or like through comparing?
Yes.
Or do you think overall it helps mental health through creativity? And
it depends.
It
you know what I mean?
No,
what do you think?
I'm gonna say this. Of course, there's pros and cons to the social media, but the cons of
what do you think? What overshadows what?
I think social media genuinely brings you into some type of a depression or your own world, and you can, just not with reality. I think that overpowers the pros of social media.
I think anxiousness as well.
And I
agree.
You have to be your own person at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And you need to know how to have self-discipline. And if you can't discipline yourself from not being on your phone 8 to 12 hours a day, because those are the averages, at least from like when we would look at our like screen time,
so much time.
I'd be like 8 hours. I've seen some of you guys be a little bit higher. Just like I don't know what the average is for our age group, but I think social media definitely plays a huge role on suicide being at an all-time high for our generation, like suicide rates, and it's so unfortunate, and like that's because again. It's funny that we took our social media break and we just felt more simple, and I felt more joy. I was sick. I was super sick. I did not have coronavirus. I just had a double ear infection, stuck in bed all day, super sick, but I was happy, not talking to anybody. I don't know why, but for the time of it that I was not sick, I was really enjoying myself.
It's like you were at peace.
And I would, maybe talk a little too much and not shut up. But, that's who I am. And
he's Italian. Come on.
Yeah, I'm woke. Come on.
It's like you're at peace for yourself. It's like,
what up, Ralph?
And I think that's the biggest word, though. I think that really is the biggest word. I have to reiterate it is just the peace. Because we all found that when we were off social media, there was just this peace that was really rare to find. And that's because everyone is so consumed with social media. Everyone is so consumed with their phone.
Let's jump to another topic. What do you guys think about Travis Scott's Halloween costume.
Oh my
Bro-
god.
Why?
Oh,
Why
God.
did the guy get so much shit for the Batman costume? Someone explain to me why.
I have no idea.
It was just a different color Batman costume. And why did the poor guy have to delete his Instagram?
Dude.
You guys know more than me. You're Travis Scott fans.
Literally.
I'm not.
Dude, I wasn't
Explain.
even on Instagram that night. I never even saw it on my
Yeah.
feed. All of a sudden, like the next morning, because it was Halloween.
I just see
Yeah.
memes about it, but they're
Yeah.
not fun. Like
the memes are kind of funny. I seen one. It was
Yeah,
like,
the
he's in
memes
new
are-
Batman movie. And
Cactus
then there's
Cactus
the,
Jack.
The camera flips and it's just the picture.
Dude, I wish we
Sicko
could
mode-
pull some of these
Sicko
up. I
mode's
wish we could
playing.
pull
we
some
could
of these up.
definitely-
I know. In the future,
In the-
when
yeah,
our,
next
when
time,
our
for
really
sure.
low budget, broke podcast studio gets better, we'll have a.
Yeah.
We'll be able to show you guys stuff.
We'll
but
blow
yeah,
up soon. We'll blow up soon.
Hopefully.
I don't think it's as deep as I think it's deeper than he got bullied off of Instagram for wearing a Batman costume.
What
I
is
think,
it? I don't. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm,
I'm
not sure,
uneducated.
but-
I don't know.
What do you think?
man, I don't
What
even
do you think?
I don't know, but
Brian, cameraman, do you have any thoughts on this? Go ahead.
Braga.
Dude, I got no thoughts on
Did you flip the camera? Don't do that. Good. Okay, don't do that. Because that's we're using.
You know what?
just back
you
off.
know what about Travis and like some of those artists and stuff like that? Literally, the thing about Travis that I really like and respect is that like that dude is so different with everything that he does, and that's one person
I
that.
don't think he's different at all.
Anyway,
Lou, he is genius. He's
Literally,
genius.
literally, Lou,
I
Lou,
will prove
Lou.
my case.
yes.
Okay, I
I'll
can
plead my
respect
case
it.
too.
I have nothing against the guy or his music, but you guys know that I listen to some freaking a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, we all do.
Pitbull.
But
Logic, John
Called 6ix9ine
Bellion.
a genius, Lou.
I did not call
You
6ix9ine
said
a
that-
genius.
you-
I said
Lou, you
6ix9ine.
said 6ix9ine
I said
was smart.
6ix9ine is
Oh
not
my
an idiot,
God.
and I'm not gonna get into that whole thing. But he's not an idiot. He's not. He has more of a brain than people may have thought.
He's got more of an
after I
ego
seen
than
him
a
on
brain.
Huh?
He's got a bigger ego.
does
than
have
a brain.
too
But
big of an
hey,
ego.
hey,
But at
let
the
me
same
say one
time,
thing.
He just seemed like not too bad of a guy. Like,
Let
I
me
kinda
say
liked how
one
he
thing
was
about
talking. I don't
Travis
know.
though. That's a perfect example of like how he used 2020. This is his best year. He literally is a sponsor for McDonald's, PlayStation, dropping
McDonald's is
singles.
garbage food. Don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah, but genius.
I'm just saying,
Imagine we get
genius.
sponsored by
He
McDonald's.
literally
You know-
used everything.
You know what I think happened? So like he did the McDonald's marketing thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, gotta get the Travis Scott meal." You know, they went and
when
got
it was a really trash burger
It was just
Yeah.
a simple meal
with
but just
pickles.
hype.
Who eats
It's hype.
pickles?
Also, though, the price was really good. Like that. That's why it was $6 for a quarter pounder.
It's McDonald's.
Unheard of.
It's
$6
McDonald's.
for a quarter. Again, I'm
That
not
is- that
promoting
is a good
McDonald's.
deal.
I don't
That-
like McDonald's is horrible for you. But back in my fat days, $6 quarter pounder with a medium fry and a large drink, a
You'd be
Sprite.
drooling. You'd be like, "Oh."
Some sex.
Dude, you be
That's just gay.
you be in heaven. You be in
Um,
heaven.
What I was saying, you got everyone to get the meal, right? And then he drops franchise.
If
Music
John Bellion
video.
dropped a burger, no one would
Dude,
buy
the
it.
franchise
But John
music
Bellion's
video-
a true artist, in my opinion. That's a
He
true.
was with Michael
He's
Jordan.
artistic. He's
And
raw.
he featured the cacti, and he's got his own alcoholic drink now, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, gotta get the cacti." It's like marketing genius. He did that on purpose. I swear.
I
to
think
God.
It's
honestly,
not hard to be good at marketing when you have that much of a following.
Okay, but like, what I'm saying is like,
I think we're gonna go right back into a meme here. But I honestly think the Fortnite was smarter because he reached
Yes,
the entire.
Okay,
that was
Listen,
smart.
listen.
That was
Hear me out. Hear me out. So
he is doing it different.
he
with
reached.
the marketing
I
side.
had my 5-year-old little cousin. He loves Fortnite, and he was listening to the Scots back in March. My 5-year-old cousin, and that's because Travis marketed Fortnite, an entire different age group
when
than.
Travis
was
first started
that was
popping
genius.
popping off, right? Freshman year parties, you'd be hearing, "I get those goosebumps every time."
No, but-
Exactly.
and then
You come
sophomore
around.
year was sicko mode.
Yeah.
it was just like
Sycamore
and, like,
was junior year.
He just
It was
what
summer
he did,
20 junior year.
What he did with his marketing is he increased his listeners like of age
He
groups.
really, really
He
did.
started off with teenagers, like adults, right? Like he was a rapper, obviously.
Right.
A rapper that didn't rap out the best things all the time and still doesn't, but like
Right.
the Fortnite thing kind of brought in a much younger
Yeah.
age group, and yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
that's how you.
He
increase
worked
those.
with this Spanish. Oh shoot! He worked with this Spanish singer.
MIA.
No,
I'll be back. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Rosalia,
Not-
Rosalia,
Huh?
Rosalia.
Yeah, Rosalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. So obviously,
Give me some. Yeah, give me some
yeah,
of that.
down, so down, dude.
Here, toss it.
You want?
I'm good.
Do you want to sit the
I'm
camera?
good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
You sure you good? Oh, he's
So
sticking
I'll
the
just
water.
drink my water. Whoa. Oh, okay.
Who said cameraman could get a drink?
Can you guys see Brian? Brian, come say hi. Brian, come.
Come.
Brian.
Oh,
Brian.
Brian.
It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway,
Go
Ralph,
on,
what
go-
you're saying about Rosalia?
Continue.
Okay. So marketing.
We're
like,
so unorganized. It's horrible. But it's
marketing. So Travis Scott, songs with Rosalia. He got the Highest in the Room remix. I mean, it was alright.
Brand deals.
But like that got the Spanish listeners being like,
Yeah.
Travis Scott,
She's massive.
And now she had a song, and Travis rapped in Spanish.
That's rowdy.
And that's to
Wait,
get
can you
listeners.
play that?
That's
Wait,
to
I've
get
never heard
listeners.
that. Can you play it?
It's not even like big.
Is it called Ticken or is it like what is it? It's like
Something like
that.
TKN. Doesn't
We
mean
talk-
yeah. I don't know what that
Isn't
means.
the iPhone so aesthetically pleasing? Okay.
Don't.
anyways.
There's 4 19-year-olds drinking juice boxes right now. They can't run microphones. I just wanted to note that.
Travis Scott.
Hey, well, Santino and I are actually 18, so I just want to
I
put
guess.
that out.
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, dude. I
Come
just
on,
turned
what's it
18.
It's
Yeah,
called
I'm
Token
19.
TKN.
TKN, yeah.
But basically,
Play. Okay. I've heard this song. It's a big song on TikTok.
I swear. Regardless, he's working with like. the
Where
Spanish
you
song.
said we have false accusations going on. The
I don't
podcast
even
now.
listen to the songs. I don't know.
All right, you know what?
That
You
song
know what?
is super pushed on social. Listen to me. That song is a huge TikTok song.
TikTok?
All the girls shake their ass to that song. I just want to say that.
Lou, do you still have the
Yeah,
app?
hips. I do have the apps.
Ooh.
I need to put out content, but I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
use it the
yeah, yeah.
right
Keep
way,
keep telling yourself
I
that.
have never downloaded TikTok.
I have a whole. I already
Show
created our bigger picture.
TikTok's
No,
control.
yeah. No, here's the thing about Travis, though. I will say, since you're a Travis hater,
I'm not a Travis hater. I'm
all
just not a
right,
Travis
he
hater.
the next
literally
Kanye
got
West.
Kid Cudi and MIA their first number ones.
No.
No,
Huh? No, I was saying no to him. What were you saying?
he got Kid Cudi, his idol,
And
and MIA their
Kid Cudi's
first
rowdy.
Billboard number
I
ones.
love Kid Cudi. Kid
He has a
Cudi's
matching
rowdy.
tattoo with Kid Cudi. It says Rager on his hand.
Exactly, Kid Cudi's my idol.
That
Don't
alone
ever
can
say
make you
anything
die.
about him.
Oh, jeez.
Don't ever say anything about
These
him.
kids are
Santino loves
just-
Kid Cudi and
Just follow
Kanye
it.
West
I'm not gonna speak on it.
and Marvel.
Travis Scott's fine. You guys are fine. I have no issue with you, but I just rather stay in my lane of what I like. And I just
about
So what's your
Kanye?
lane? What's
what
your
about
lane? What's your
Kanye?
lane?
I like when I listen to music, right? And this is like really like kind of like cliche.
Such
you could
good
say.
green tea.
I listen to music to like what's the word for it? I listen to music to kind of like not get away, but like it's therapeutic for me. Music's therapeutic for me, and everyone's different. And I know that a lot of the music you guys, especially you, these guys are.
It's just slap music. It's slime. It's fun.
Our group
it's just
is
fun.
Our group is very music endorsed. My intro. Okay, when I want to listen to fun music is usually when I'm like having a good time or with people. I feel like just
At
getting
the
lit.
dunes.
But when I'm like in the
Yeah.
car alone, every second of my I'm just like different. I'm just a different breed. Like I
You're
just
I
different.
like your EDM too. You
I like my
you like a
EDM.
headband.
Yeah,
It's like
I
the type
to-
of
I
vibe.
like-
It's a type of night. It's
I
type
like
of
production. It's
time,
a vibe.
place.
I like to really get in touch with my music, and I like to like it's like therapy to me. It like really like relaxes me and just gives me I don't know. I don't even have a clear answer of why even if I'm like not sad, I'll listen to like stuff like NF. Like NF's a great artist first off, but like I don't listen to him too often. But like that's one of my all times.
You see, the thing about music
John
that I
Bellion, I'm
love,
big on.
yeah.
I like country music. I like EDM. I like all sorts of different things.
You like it all.
House
You like it
music.
all.
It's,
It's
just
art.
Like,
It's
all
literally
over the
it's
place.
literally art. It's just
Music's
like
amazing.
it's all about opinion. It's all about perspective. It's just like the thing about music, dude, is that's crazy. It's just like don't have you ever guys just like listen to a song during like a rough time or something? You're always gonna like when you listen to that song, it's always gonna remind you of that tough time
or just
that,
that
event
time in
or
general,
something.
Not even rough time. Like
Exactly.
I know exactly what you mean by that.
Anytime, really.
Music can be used as like it's like a memory, like
It's nostalgia.
like a memory.
No, yeah.
it's like you could like this song reminds me of like this song reminds me of my ex when you hear people
Exactly.
say
Yeah.
that. Or,
sure.
or
I
like,
can't listen to Joyce. You should try it no more because
Well, we're getting personal.
Chanel by Frank Ocean, man. Or when I listen to Broccoli, Summer
Oh
2016.
yeah,
Yeah, you posted that on his private story. And I was like, yo, that's
Yeah.
such the
Dude,
vibe.
yeah.
2016, like freshman year,
Yeah.
8th grade type thing.
It's
like-
crazy. It's just like music and this type of sounds and the type of vibes just gives you like a little bit of like a memory. And that's another thing too. It's just like with like it's like music stimulates something in the brain that makes you just remember and think weird stuff and different things and different perspectives and stuff. And just like the thing is just like it's like a movie, right? It's like the reason why I love the Pixar shorts so much is because it's telling a story without dialogue. With music now, which is so dope, is that like you could tell a story just with the type of sounds with the music, and like that just influences you.
You put me on Streetlights with Kanye West, and that's what you just said. But you just said reminded me that that's how I am.
Car
with
ride,
like certain EDM songs I like, and my cousin is he showed me a couple of different EDM songs with like it's just straight all beats, no words, nothing, just you feel.
It's a little too intense for me. I get a little scared when I'm listening to stuff.
And instrumentals can genuinely. What's so beautiful about that kind of music, kind of almost without words, is you can take whatever you want from it.
Exactly.
You can take that sound and make it like some type of story. I love that you just said that, 'cause that is so true, and I relate to that.
And the thing about stories too is just like this. It's like, think about this. We, like humankind, right? We haven't changed one bit. We haven't developed, like, for example, new feelings, new like emotions or anything like that. Nothing physical. We haven't changed one bit. So it's just like, for example, just like with like love, with hate, with envy, those are the themes with all these stories, like Greek mythology, all that stuff. We've been telling stories about life for ages and nothing's changed. Yeah. The thing about music that's amazing is just like there's new things that keep evolving, new feelings that keep evolving, new vibes that keep evolving.
There's new genres.
New genres that are, it's just like, it keeps like.
And music also, like, again, going back to how we were talking about fashion earlier, how fashion repeats itself, music repeats itself. Yeah. A lot of these artists are sampling audios from the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 90s, 2000s. Like
dude, The Weeknd?
It's beautiful.
The Weeknd's last album, all 80s. I'm just saying, he brought that back. He literally brought that back.
Blinding Lights for sure.
I love, I can get down. I love my early 2000s music, especially like, like the hits. That's, you guys call me cringy
Miley
for
Cyrus,
it. If
Pitbull.
I'm throwing the party, or right, if I'm at a get together, I'm playing Aux and everyone's getting mad at me because I'm playing Chris Brown, I'm playing all the classics.
Lil Wayne,
Neo, Pitbull.
Yeah, but like that stuff's rowdy. Like that's like
it is.
It brings back memories when I was in the car with my mom at 5 years old and we're driving and she got the radio playing.
No,
and
seriously.
It's the pop music.
Seriously.
Nostalgic for me in my life.
Somebody that I used to know. Remember that song?
Somebody that
That song was huge.
That music video, yeah.
Somebody that I used to know.
There's like 1 billion views on that.
It's a one-hit wonder. Yeah.
My ears.
Sorry, guys.
Somebody that I used to know.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Pursue a singing career.
But isn't it just crazy though? Just like we haven't changed one bit. The only thing that keeps changing is just like our way of thinking and our sounds and all that stuff. It's just like really it's cool. Crazy. It's an art. It's literally art. It is. And and art keeps changing.
All right, I have a question to ask you guys. What would the world be like without music?
Ooh.
I don't creative. Less creative, I think.
Here, sure. I have a perfect thing to say.
There would be no world without music. Like, it's just.
I think it's part of humanity. Like, it makes us human.
Like,
it's
music
art,
has been
expression of like what's going on up here.
I think music is one of the top things that has evolved in the last 100 years.
Yes.
Like in positive ways, right?
Yeah.
Social media can be argued that there's pros and cons, but more cons to it.
Yeah. I beg to differ what you said. Sure. I beg to differ what you said.
You think music isn't?
Here's the thing with music that
all music's good because it's all different art.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, it's art, right? But the thing that I don't like is like these artists, right? Some of these artists be preaching about the wrong stuff with their music.
All the artists you listen to.
Well, yeah, and it's just like me. It's like it gets a little old after a while, right? It's just like when they're talking about drugs, money, the way of living life, and all that stuff. It's just like it's a nice vibe, but it's just like there's some stuff that is just like kind of gets repetitive, and some stuff that's just like I'm like, oh, I don't want to be listening to that. I don't want to be like.
All right, listen, I have to kind of disagree with you, and I'll explain why. Okay, I grew up listening to. I had an older sister, right? I grew up listening to like Lil Wayne, right? Wiz Khalifa, and like one song that I'd walk in my sister's room, Black and Yellow, We'd be playing, right? And I'd be like, this is so fire. One of the first songs that I ever loved, like that I can think back to, like living in Melrose Park, right? Yeah. I would sit in my living room and I'd go on YouTube and I'd play Mirror, and I still to this day work out to that song, love that song, and it was not deep to me then, but now it's so deep and beautiful to me. It's like I love that song.
I got you.
And like Mirror by Lil Wayne, I didn't specify that, but
goes
like
both ways.
For example, like I grew up listening to some pretty bad music, but like, and you know what? It definitely can play a role on young kids wanting to. Oh well, this artist said to do this.
This is cool. Yeah,
it's cool.
It does play
but like, let's be real.
Does.
Let's be real. A part of growing is a part of experience and trying things. And I'm not by any means. I'm still a minor. I'm not a minor, but I mean like I'm not 21 yet of the age to drink. right? And I don't promote trying things in high school, but like if we're being real, life is about experience in high school and college.
You can't quarantine yourself.
One of
You can't be afraid of living life.
points where you find yourself. We still don't know who we are fully, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing about life is you never truly figure out that, but it's a journey. You always try to grow as a person. That's always should be the bigger picture.
Exactly. Yeah, the bigger.
And that's a
Ooh,
whole
the bigger-
picture.
Okay.
Oh my!
Nice. That was nice. That
With
was
the whole
nice.
with the whole brain development thing like that, I look at things. We've had this discussion. Like I look at things like Snapchat posts and memories from like a year ago, 2 years ago, and I'm like, why did I post that? You know, like it really
yeah.
so bad.
And
It's
like,
like
it's
I want to
okay.
post anymore.
it really
No,
shows
I feel
though.
Like I'm mature at a point where
No,
like,
yeah. So I
No, when I'm
posted
25,
today,
I'll think
I
I'm cringe. I'll
posted
think I'm cringe
today
when I'm 25.
for the first time in like 6 months. Not
Yeah.
even over a year. I
But
think.
private stories, I feel more confident
private
about.
stories are the best.
Yeah,
private
private
stories.
stories are
Ralph,
nice.
Volume
Private stories are
4.
nice.
Oh, I can't say yours, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
Squeeze Show.
the Squeak Show.
the Squeak Show.
But
Wait, give him-
That's a whole other discussion.
What? Just so geeked. I'm so geeked. I gotta get my buddy Max, and he taught me that.
A quick, brief story behind
Yeah.
why we say that.
I
right?
go to Arizona State. I'm a freshman, and I was
right.
down there for like 2 months.
and their
I
slang
met
and what they
some
say
buddies,
is different than Chicago.
and it's crazy how lingo is different across the nation. Whether you're calling a vape something or whether you're calling like hanging out something, like instead of say come slide, we say slide. You know,
we say slide.
let me
yeah.
Always.
scoop. It's
Scoop.
hey, can you cruise? You know,
So weird.
Oh,
'cause,
that
like,
is so
and
weird.
I
That's
think
a Cali thing.
No,
So
but it's so
weird.
beautiful because, like, think about it. When you're on the West
kids
Coast,
come up with this shit.
yeah,
And that's
the
their
West
norm.
Coast, East Coast, every
Yeah.
where you're from is so different, and like different lingos, and like you said, like it's
Different
just, it's
lifestyles.
but it's beautiful
Yeah.
because
Right.
like that's why I feel like, especially for our age group, college kids. The fantasies are, oh, this is what is ideal fun to us. Going to a frat party, right? A big college party. That's what's ideal to college kids who want to have fun. I think what would be fun is to like go and travel and like learn different cultures.
See the world, yeah,
like, That's the
exactly.
beauty of life because you can't ever like.
Exactly.
That's what's dope. That's dope, in my
Exactly.
opinion. Maybe I'm trying to.
It's just like, yeah, the thing about cultures,
like my buddy
though,
Max
yeah.
taught me that geek thing. He was
It's just like
he's
a.
from Jersey, New Jersey, and
It's like a funny thing we say.
literally like it describes whatever, and I'll just say like so geek, dude. I'm
It's
like,
really
yeah.
cringe, but
It
it's, like,
makes
so
sense.
funny.
It's low key cringe, but it makes sense.
It makes sense in Ralphie's brain.
You know what? I
And
hate
I'm
it.
a
I
little
hate
cuckoo,
all the
so-
stuff he says, but it does make sense.
Yeah, he was
It
criticizing.
makes
He was like,
sense.
dude,
It makes
what?
sense.
Makes
No,
sense.
yeah, okay.
It makes
so
sense.
I'm not okay. So the funniest thing was when you came back and you like put everyone on, right? So geeked, like just as a
Yeah,
big
it
joke.
was
Everyone was
quick.
like,
It was low-key
everyone was
quick.
like, Ralphie, you're lame, like this and that. And then Santino was like, dude, that's so lame. Like I'm not gonna
He was
say
criticizing
that.
me.
He was criticizing him. He was like, that's so lame. Then like one night it's Ralphie and Santino's like, honestly, Ralph, geek makes sense. And I was like,
It was like
And it was just so
it was like
funny.
realization.
It
It was
makes
like
It's an
two like
epiphany.
wires like coming together. I was just like something makes sense here.
he
Like,
connected,
like,
he connected the dots. That's what he said.
I was connecting
Oh
the
my
dots
God.
right
But
there,
that's-
you know.
So if you hear that, just know it's a vibe, and you'll probably
Exactly.
I hope one day this podcast reaches kids exactly like us, our age, right? Same type of lifestyle, right? But in a different part of the world or a different part of America.
Oh, that'd be so
And like
crazy,
they hear
dude.
the things we say, like they're gonna be like, dude, like they say like slide and stuff, like what?
Yeah.
And this
Like,
is literally the
that's
pilot
really
episode.
cool.
Like there's so many more buddies that we need to get on.
Yeah,
here.
there's gonna be a lot of
It's
different
gonna be
people
awesome.
on this podcast. You guys are gonna be able to
It's
meet
gonna be
Migs, Sabby, Cal,
a lot of
Jake.
different
Jake,
characters.
Yeah. Ian Williams.
Oh, heck
Mr.
yeah.
Ian Williams,
Mr. Ian Williams.
Fry guy, Fry
Yeah.
guy.
Brian,
Brian,
science
yeah.
But yeah, like the whole point, the whole point of the bigger picture is a bunch of young, confused, teen sort of kids trying to figure out their life and like kind of just like talking about things that maybe you have talks with your group at home, or maybe you guys
Exactly.
don't, and maybe you want to be like more close to someone where you can talk about everything with your friends. You know, I mean, it's just human nature. So like that's
And
that's
it's
the whole
Talking
thing.
about what we've learned,
Yeah,
how we've grown.
It's a different
what
perspective.
we know. We don't know it
Exactly.
all, but we know.
I don't know any
enough.
normal 19-year-old kids who are doing this right now. Normal.
Exactly. We're
maybe
thinking
yes,
about
social media
box, yeah.
influencers, but just
Yeah.
like
It's just like this whole entire thing that we're trying to show here is just like you need to try everything. You need to try just living life and like using your potential, because
yeah.
it's just like we have a purpose, and our purpose is to just seize the day and just conquer the world, because like every single, like your mentality should be whenever you're like waking up in the morning, when you wake out of bed, should be like, I'm gonna conquer today. I'm gonna like do something. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make my loved ones proud.
On that note,
Carpe
Seize the
diem,
day.
baby.
on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in to
Thank
the
you
bigger,
so
Thank
much,
you.
so much.
the bigger
Thank
picture,
you.
and I'll put everyone's social media at Instagrams and stuff like that. And
Sounds
we're gonna
good,
have
sounds
a bigger
good.
Picture, the bigger picture TikTok, and I'll link that too in the description.
Hey, if you watch this whole thing, let us know what's up. Like,
Yeah, what can we?
If
what
we
can
need to
improve
kick
on?
Sam out, we can kick.
share it.
You gotta wait on the budget. I gotta make some YouTube money before I go up the budget. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Thank you.